Maybe in the middle of winter, but it's always a good time to grab an apple. Right, Emily?
Absolutely. Always a good time, especially in February.
Especially in February because it's apple month.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it apple month?
It's apple month because we want to highlight to folks who live in Nova Scotia that they can get apples year-round here. Locally grown Nova Scotia apples every month of the year, not just in the fall when we normally see apples, but in February we still have tons of Nova Scotia grown apples available.
All right, well, so you heard it here first from Emily Lutz, who is the Executive Director of the Nova Scotia Fruit Growers Association, which is why we're here talking about this today. Okay. We have a couple different sizes here.
Yeah, so as we've talked about before, like I've been here on the program and talked about, it was a bad year for apples, for a lot of agriculture in Nova Scotia, rough year with the drought. So what we saw in apples is just like really bad sizing. And so I brought two examples of two different apples here. So we have one that's pretty typical of the size that we saw this year. It's really itty bitty. It's little teeny tiny. And then this is a more like classic example of the size that we're really looking for in the tree. So you can see when they're beside each other, you know, one is really small and one's more standard. That commands a better price, of course, for our growers. So it was a really tough year.
For the baby apples.
And I think people are probably noticing that in the grocery store when they're shopping for apples, particularly from Nova Scotia. They might be wondering why they're so small, and that's just because we did not have enough water during the growing season for them to get sized up.
Okay, but going into next growing season, we've seen more of that snowfall, we've seen more of that precipitation. Yeah. What does that mean for us?
We are very hopeful that this coming year we'll have a more consistent growing season. So, you know, it's really great that we have the snow that we have. It's, you know, nature's fertilizer, the poor man's fertilizer, snow. So that hopefully it melts nice and slow throughout the spring and we get that good filling of the reservoirs and all of our water tables are refilled so that we have a better year going forward. And then, of course, it's really important to get rain in the summer. So we are hoping for that long in advance of when that actually comes.
Fair. Yeah. We hope for night rain because we like the sunshine days.
Yes, absolutely.
We just saw a video of someone walking around with a ring around apples. Why are they doing that and what is that ring?
So when farmers are out in their orchards harvesting in the fall, they need to make sure the apples meet a certain grade before they pick them. Okay. So we want to get all those good apples that go straight to the grocery store, that have the right color, the right size, that are free of any blemishes or anything like that. So farmers take that sizer and their harvesters who go out and they try to size up exactly. So you can see, this is a particularly bad example of where an orchard was extremely hard hit by the drought. So you can see those apples they're shriveled, they're yellow, they have no color, like they just simply did not get enough moisture. The trees are stressed. You can see the leaves are brown. They're yellow. It was just a really tough year on those trees, and that meant those apples really suffered. Ugh. Yeah.
I mean, apples are a fantastic snack just to grab and go, but we also can pair them with cheese and crackers, which is what I said was my childhood, literally growing up, right? You brought a couple of examples today. What do we have with us?
I did. I brought 3 examples of Nova Scotia grown apple varieties that we're going to pair with some local cheeses. So we're going to start here. We have a Red Prince. So one of our growers dropped these off at my office the other day. I was so pleased.
Oh,
it is
beautiful.
Stunning. It has this gorgeous, gorgeous deep red color. It's so delicious. And it's grown here in Nova Scotia. You can find them at your local grocery store, and we're gonna try it today with some smoked Gouda. Ooh. So that's the
Don't mind if I do.
One. Yeah. So Red Prince tastes and feels when you're eating it more like a traditional apple. Oh, thank you so much. It's delicious. It has like a great texture, and it pairs really well with that smoky flavor. So.
Mmm. Chef's kiss.
So good.
So good. Oh my gosh, the flavor.
They mix really well, and it's just really good. Yeah.
Okay, what do we have next?
Next we have, yeah, so good.
This is my choice.
I especially get so tired of eating apples just plain because I live on an apple farm. So I need some peanut butter, some cheese, you know, whatever to spice apples up after a little while because I eat a lot of apples.
Fair.
So next we have a Sweet Tango. Again, it's a newer Nova Scotian variety here. It's really crisp, really tart. One of its parents is a Honeycrisp.
And we're doing this with
We're pairing it with the aged cheddar.
Aged cheddar.
And that traditional, like that deep, smoky flavor of an aged cheddar goes really well with like the sweetness of the Sweet Tango.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Such different flavors. The texture of that creamy cheese with the crisp apple.
This is so good. Unfortunately, we've run out of time because we were talking too much and I was eating in between. But we have definitely linked to our website, and you can find out all you need to know about the apple season and why it's so good for you to eat it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Brianne.
All right, I'm gonna continue stuffing my face. We'll be right back.